Beat him senseless.
You and me and you, we gonna throw down. That's right, we gonna get serious.
You can run, but you can't hide.
It's time for the Fuller Broadcast with your host, Jeff Fuller.
What's up, everybody? Good morning and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there in the world. Happy Mother's Day to my mom that's in heaven. Love you, Mom. Miss you. Hope you guys enjoy Mother's Day today with your family and all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day again. So today's show is all about talk about the results, fights from BYB, fight from UFC, boxing, MMA, you name it. Wow, I'll tell you, I don't know how people could keep up with all these fights. You got fights for boxing, MMA, UFC, BYB, BKFC. I don't know one person that could keep up with all these combat sports that are like Friday and Saturday all day. I can't keep up with all of them. But as you know, some of the results you have, some that won their fights, that really didn't win their fights because of the officiating judges. Then we have some upsets that weren't supposed to happen and they did. You have all kinds of results that people don't like to hear. So, like for instance, BKFC, Rick, I don't know how to say it. That should have been a victory, even though there was a blow in the head and they said he couldn't fight. But Rick wanted to continue fighting. Didn't have his 5 minutes. And I sure don't know what the hell the refs or what's going on. But as you watch the video, you can see the doctors, his coaches, everybody seeing him. He wanted to fight, but the ref, I guess, decided he could no longer fight because he was injured. I don't know, but Rick, need to contact BKFC, David Feldman, and get a rematch. See if we get that thing back on the next card or something, because you deserve that win, and they had it a no contest. I don't agree with that. Totally don't agree. So, UFC, you have Matt Brown, 42 years old, the oldest fighter on that card yesterday, KO'ing his opponent with a vicious punch. Like I said, anything can happen no matter what age you are. You could be 18, you could be 15, you could be 52, you could be 60. Don't matter. People will surprise you what they could do in that ring. It don't matter. So, anyway, I'm waiting for a few people to come up, popping on my show, but Zion Jr. winning his fight last night, BYB. What you guys think about that? Knocked the guy down 3 times, proved to all the haters out there he can fight. He's a fighter not to reckon against. All the haters like Gabriel think that he will win. Where all the haters at, by the way? You guys pick them to get knocked out or whatnot. I like some haters up here on my show. But a lot of fights last night. It's hard to talk about all of them. But if I had to choose to talk about any combat sports right now, it could be either the UFC show, BKFC, or BYB. There's lots of problems going on in the fighting world with the officiating, the judges, the doctors. There's a big difference when there's a doctor that stops your fight than a ref stopping your fight. The ref don't have a degree in doctoring, so how did he know that you were injured? You were talking to the doctor, your coach and stuff, not him. So should there be, besides the doctor, should there be a official person outside the ring to stop the fights other than the ref? because there's a lot of refs out there are making bad calls. They're just they're only there as a ref to watch what if punches are being used illegally, legal punches. That's their job when they're in that ring. They're also to protect the fighter when they fall down and they get position of being injured badly. The ref has to jump in there and stop the fight from hitting. So I don't know, man. The judges, like yesterday, I watched some of the UFC cards. The scoring system is so awful. And you will see a lot of refs. I apologize. Fans watching at home, wondering what in the world is going on with the cards today. How are they scoring? How are they judging the punches? How are they judging the kicking, the takedowns? We see what they don't see, and they see what we don't see. So, points are like really off the chart. You got 30-27, 30-27, 29-28, or you have one was 29-26, 29-26, and a 27-27. I can't remember what card that was. But the scoring system, I believe, needs to change. I'm not sure how they're scoring it, from punches to kicks to takedowns. I don't know how they're doing it, but us fans that watch at home see the fight differently. We actually are seeing fights that we can see the punches, but we don't see most of them connecting. We see kicks. We don't know how hard the kicks are being kicked because we're not there. There's a lot of different ways that judges see what we don't see. So you did see some upsets on unanimous decision yesterday. You saw points taken away fighters that weren't really necessary. They weren't really legal hits. I just don't know anymore. I think us fans at home should be able to have our own scoring system, like a buzzer. So when a fight's over, we push it and we give them our scoring and see what the difference is. But that the officiating, the refs, judges, they all need to get back together, go in the room and talk. Why they scored at that fight, why the judge had favor another fighter and they had the other fighter. It just goes back and forth with these scoring. But if you talk to one of the fighters, which a lot of people hate on, and he hates on a lot of people, Gabriel was talking about how hometown fighters have advantage of winning the fights at home. If you take the fight to the judges and you're either gonna lose by points or you're just gonna lose, period. Whatever, if it's a hometown. But I don't agree with that. And it's just the way I see it. I don't care if you're a hometown favorite or you're close to the hometown. If they brought you in because they know they want you to lose, that's something I don't believe a promotion or anybody should do it. You should capably make these fights even. Fighters that are equally, they fight, but they're good fighters, and you have bad fighters. Why would you take a lot of bad fighters and put them with the best fighters? I know a lot of promoters want the fighters to lose just to let the hometown people win. but that's the way I see it. So I'll go commercial break for a minute. I'll be back in about 30 seconds. Please feel free to listen to my video. One of my sponsors, D&D Bait Custom Baits. He makes awesome baits for your fishing needs. If you guys ever want to check him out, it's D&D Custom Baits. Check him out and just watch this video, see what I'm talking about. I'll be right back.
Hey man, I gotta know. What are they biting on?
The end of my line. Here, try one of these finesse crawlers from D&D.
D&D baits are top quality baits in a large variety of colors and styles. D&D baits have been proven to work better than the national brands in the waters here in the Pacific Northwest. They create their baits custom to the water conditions. D&D makes the baits no one else will have. Catch D&D baits on Facebook. Land more fish.
There you have it, folks. D&D Custom Baits makes great quality baits for you for your fishing needs. So if you guys get a chance, contact them today or whenever you're not busy, and he'll hook you up with some good baits. So check them out, D&D Custom Baits. All right, so I'm back. I'm still waiting for some maybe Daryl to pop on and talk about his fighter's victory and more. So give your thoughts on, comment in my thing. Give me your thoughts on what you guys think about the fights, or the cards when they make sanctioned fights. Do you think some of the fighters are being brought in to automatically, they're gonna automatically lose because it's like they never fought before, it's their first time in the event? Because I know there's a lot of hometown favorites that actually do lose. They don't win, but they do lose, like by KO or something. But I have a feeling that we should make a most competitive card in the world. BKFC is up there, making the best card shows in the world right now. They have awesome fighters in their promotion. UFC. Hey, if you look at UFC, look at UFC. They have people from fighters from 18 to 50-something years old. Dana White, he's getting those cards set up where, like, last night you had a 42-year-old fighting a 37-year-old, I think 37 or 38. And Matt Brown came out with a vision knocking down his opponent at 42, the oldest fighter on the card. He ended up getting I believe he got was either a KO of the night or the fight of the night with a few other fighters. So, they're taking home an extra $50,000 of cash. But man, imagine being 42 years old or 50 and winning by a KO. And you got that much money, man. Ooh, I'm 50. I just turned 50. So, Dana White, give me a call, man. Let me be your oldest man on that card and fight. I'll go home with a $50,000 check. Know what I'm saying? I need some money. All right. So, I got some good news. I got a couple of people coming on my show. Daryl, which is management of champions. His good boy John Menard is coming on also to talk about his victory from Friday night, getting that win by KO. So we'll be hearing from them here in a minute. Get this show pop in. So let's see what we got here. We got a couple good cards coming up. May 19th. We have another one coming up May 20th. Fight series out of Florida. There's a few fighters I know that are going to be on that card. We have Halo Ortiz. We have James White Lion. Check their fight series card. It's going to be out of Planet. It's either Planet City, Florida. But if you look on my page, there's I believe a link there that you go order the pay-per-view and watch the fights. these fighters that are fighting on these cards, you will know they came from the underground fighting or street beefs. And street beefs as fighters that are turned pro have actually showed that they can fight in the world today. Street beef fighters, Chris Wilmore, you guys did excellent job with their fighting promotions. You have what's her name, Sydney? I believe it was Sydney Smith won her fight Friday night also by unanimous decision. We have John Bernard. He won his fight. Then we have a couple fights coming up from underground fighter Hazel Ortiz fighting Fight Series, and James Whiteline. He's also fought for the Street Beef promotion. He's fighting. There's going to be some interesting fights coming up this weekend. So if you got a chance, look at on these fighters' page, give them some support. They're ready to rock and roll. So let's give them some support. Some of these MMA fighters don't have sponsors, but if you guys willing to sponsor them, contact me today. I'll give them your info, or you could message them. Let's get these supporters some support. All these fighters do what we don't do. They put food on their tables. They take all their energy, power, strength, everything they got to put on a good show for our fans to be watching. So appreciate what they do for us. And most of these fighters do a fantastic job. Some of these fighters, they fight for the family, put food on the table. A lot of fighters just fight because they love fighting. Some fighters just want to collect money. There's different ways that fighters want to be out there. But the main thing that fighters do for us, they give us a hell of a show to watch. You might be disappointed in some fights, but they're there to put a fun fight. Some fights are like bloody. Some fights are like not even go out of the first round, but they're there to put on a show for us to entertain us fans. So show some support to all the fighters in the combat world, and we'll go from there. So I got Daryl coming on, and his fighter John Bernard, who just got a figure at BKFC Friday. So let's see if I can find him. He'll pop up in a minute. So, all right. So So once again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there and the mothers that are in heaven right now. We're still celebrating Mother's Day today, so happy Mother's Day. Love you too, Sonia, my wife. Most wonderful person in the world. Good mother of our 5 kids. Love y'all. So let's see if I can get these guys on here. We still got quite a bit of time on my show. So let's see something here. So if you guys get a chance, also check out these guys out. They're based out of Florida. Just Blaze Clothing Company. They make awesome, great shirts. Just give them a buzz. They'll make some quality shirts for you guys. They make fantastic shirts. So Just Blaze Clothing Company. Get them contact today. Just remember, guys, make sure you go check out D&D Baits. Great baits for your fishing needs. They have awesome quality baits. They sell a bunch of different flavor baits, coloring baits, glow-in-the-dark baits. Great baits. All right. Let's see. I'm going to give it a few minutes here. Let me check something out here. I wanted to share a video with you guys real quick. See if I got to... I'm trying to get this video shared for you guys. I can't get it. So anyway, while I'm trying to find this video, I want to congratulate all the fighters with their victories. I want to put on a great show. There's a few fighters I had on my show past few years, like Zion Thompson Jr. I'm trying to get Tony Soto on my show, but I don't know. He's probably afraid of my dog. I had John Bernard on my show last couple weeks ago. All these great fighters coming on my show talk about their stories, their training, their upcoming fights. They are doing very well today. And Anthony Apex Predator should be fighting here sometime in July, maybe. Get him back on. He's been gone for a while. Prayers for his family. They stored their house stuff in a storage, and it got burned down, so they lost everything in a storage fire. And if you guys get a chance, stop by Anthony's page, go to GoFundMe, and if you can, give them some blessing for them. Lots of prayers for you guys. And let's see what we got next. I'm waiting for Daryl. Let's see, Johnny Parker. You guys know him. He's doing very well. Hopefully we can see him in the fight soon. All right, let's see. He's popping up here now. I'm going to bring Daryl Hatchett up here. Let's see if we get him up here. Here's the man of an hour. He should be celebrating already after a couple of fighters got some victories this weekend.
Yeah, don't celebrate too much. That's why we're just not getting up.
Hey, man, I tell you, there were exciting fights this weekend, and especially at BKFC when your fighter, John Bernard won KO.
Oh, yeah, man. I think that was should have been a performance of the night. It was so easy and smooth the way he did it. And he made sure he didn't go into that second round.
Yeah. I was like, he made that look easy. I was like, I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I saw the replay, and I was like, dang, that he's got a good future in the BKFC. He's going to show a lot of opponents not to mess with him.
Oh, definitely. I can't wait till the next one. If it depends on when they want him up next, whatever. I'll probably get him a kickboxing fight or something until the end, just so he won't wait. Championship, give him some championships. So and hopefully, like I said, he's gonna collect more. I mean, he got an outstanding kickboxing record. So, yeah. But yeah, I can't wait till his next bare knuckle fight.
He's not the only fighter you have coming next Saturday at the fight series. You have, I think, 3 or 4 fighters on that card. Right? Oh
yeah. I also had another guy. His name is Gerard Whitney. He's a real talented guy. He had 135. He won his fight last night at what's the name of that promotion? Donnie Brooks cage fight, something like that. I forget the name of it. But yeah, he's going to be a winner as well. Can't wait to see him fight again. His was easy as well. So yes, and then coming up, I think I got about 10 guys fighting. 5 championships coming up this weekend. Hopefully we keep up the streak. We get all these belts, and we go from there. We just want to collect belts this year.
Yeah, I've been watching your my boy Hazel. Man, he's getting really ready for this fight. He's pumped up. I guess he had an interview the other day.
Oh, he's possessed.
I hope all that trash talking shows a lot better what they do in that ring.
Yeah. I believe in Hazel because he's too pumped for this. So there ain't no way he's coming out with a loss. Hopefully, like I said, I got about 5 titles. So hopefully we get all of them. So I know we're gonna get at least three out the 5 at least.
So what's it gonna be like with your busy schedule on next Saturday when you got like multiple fighters like on that card? How does it feel to?
Oh man,
you're not gonna be you're not gonna be able to get no sleep, man.
That's actually the most I've had on one card before. I think usually about 5 or 6 of them, and that's hard. Running back and forth, and most of the time I got to corner them. So yeah, it's that's gonna be a real busy day. But hey, I love it. I
So
can't
you were,
complain.
so you were talking to me the other day about you might have another fighter getting ready to fight on a BKFC card.
Yes, he was supposed to fight in June. We haven't had word yet from that because he went and he passed the tryouts and all that, and they're supposed to be putting him on for the June card, but we just haven't heard anything yet. Hopefully, it still goes. If not, I get him another fight. Then they're gonna call him. He won the tryouts, so I guess it's finding him an opponent.
And did you watch the BYB last night?
Yes, the BYB. I seen some of it. I don't do too much BYB nowadays.
Yeah. So I'm just.
But
curious.
the fighters are good. I mean, the promotion. But the fighters, I love the fights. I love the fights.
I was thinking about all the haters that were hating on Zion Jr. I'm like, a lot of people didn't believe in him, that like he wasn't capable of being able to fight at the BKFC or BYB. And I believe Zion really proved all the haters wrong.
Oh yeah, he did good. He did good. And he does a lot of shit talk too. I wanted to see him go out there and do something.
That him and Gabriel. I'm like, these two going at it.
But I like him. He's always been cool with me. I've been, I wish I could have helped him out. I could have got him some really good fights.
Who's Zion?
Yeah.
And he's a good guy. I know his dad too. So I'm trying to see him and his father on the same card, man. We can't get that to happen.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute. What's his dad name?
Do what?
What's his dad name?
I don't remember. Zion. Let's see.
But he fights too? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he does. His dad fights. His dad fights in the BKFC.
Okay.
He fights. He fights when either there's a fighter that backed out or he'll get on the card. But I think David needs to get these two on the same card. It would be awesome to have a father.
Yeah, it would be. Yep. Never before.
Yeah. So with your fighters getting ready to come up, with all the events you got coming up, do you always keep track on them? How on their training and stuff? Yeah,
all the time. Matter of fact, I make sure I put my little 2 cents in as well because I'm calling them. I'm making sure they're showing me what they're training on, and I'm giving them advice on what they need to do as well. And we scout the fight that we're gonna have, and then we come up with a plan. Most of the time, I'm the one that that's in a corner anyway, so we had to come up with a game plan.
Does your game plan always work? Just curious.
Well, here's the thing: is some of the guys I'm just cornering. I don't have time to train them full time. Now, when I was training full time, all my guys used to get out there and win championships after championships after championship. I'm that trainer. But if I'm not getting the training in to them, a lot of times I do video training with them. I just tell them to call me. We're going to do a couple hours of doing this, and let me see how you look doing it. And, then we go from there. That's how I kind of separate, the guys that I know is going to get out there. The guys that listen is the ones that's going to be, more successful.
Right. Yeah. I was thinking because and you being a manager for MOC and what time you take the corner, some of your fighters, the training, how can you go about to fighters that don't live close to you or that's what
the video is for. So we just do video stuff. I just want to see what they're doing and if they're doing it right. I don't even care if they're in a big gym. I still want to see what they're doing and if they're doing it right. I think I got a real high fight IQ, where I can see where they need work on and stuff,
Right.
And just because you got a good trainer, don't mean you're doing it,
Yeah.
So I just make sure they're doing it.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy I knew for years, trained out here at Cobra. He was telling me he has a few fighters that sent him old videos like back like a year before, and he tried to trick and say, "Hey man, this is my training. I've been training for a little bit," and they weren't really training. They were showing old videos that thinking.
Yeah, you get that all the time. I find out when I get them out there when they fight. When they fight, I mean, I can tell whether they've really been training or they just full of shit.
I was sitting there like, man, I got to do that. My old coach when I was training for wrestling, I was training for. I used to be a wrestler back in the 80s, 90s, and I used to my coach be on vacation, and I had to get ready for trials in Las Vegas. So I was sending him an old video, it's like he's like, "Are you training?" I'm like, "Yeah," and like you're lying. I said, "No, I'm actually." I had a video of me running up the mountains. Like I had like 5 years back.
They do that. It's crazy. I mean, I used to fall for it, till I started investigating.
Now training now, it's a lot harder than what we trained back in the days, back in the 80s, 90s. It's just back there, we didn't have the stuff that you guys have today. So we had to run up the mountains. A lot of things we had to do, carry guys on our shoulders. But now you guys got more advanced training equipment.
Yeah, but you know what? It's not the advance. It's not the equipment that's training you. It's the trainer. I don't care about the old-fashioned way. I guess because that's how I came up. But like I said, it's not the equipment that's doing it for you. It's you and your trainer, and him getting you ready and getting you technical and all that. Machine's not going to do it.
What?
It helps with your fitness, yes, but probably technical, no, it's not going to help you.
Right. So what's the best? Do you have different techniques for different fighters, or do you always use the same training techniques for all your fighters?
Well, it's like this. All fighters have their own different styles. They have their own different body, how their body is shaped and stuff like that. I look at these guys and I see and ask myself, what would they be good at? I'm looking at their length, I'm looking at their reach, and even their height and all that. And most of the time, if they're coming in, they already a good fighter or whatever. I don't try to change their style. I try to just add to it. And what I see that what they're missing or what they can use, especially if it's defense or whatever. So yeah, if you're a good fighter, I just try to strengthen you. I don't try to change you.
Yeah, bro.
Don't get me wrong. Some fighters, they get out there with a terrible style. It's not going to get them anywhere. So sometimes you have to kind of switch them up.
Yeah, I know. By the way, I got my big mouth, hot hand, Zachary co-host is on now.
What's up, Zach?
What's shaking, baby?
Hey,
how we doing?
Long time, man.
Yeah, how you doing?
Missed you.
Yeah.
So,
been on a couple times, haven't you?
We were just talking about how different techniques, like trainers or managers like to use on their fighters before they start fighting. So, what do you guys have a one before
My only problem with that, Jeff, is that whoever that may be ain't the one in there taking that ass whooping. So you can't really change a person. You can explain to them until you're blue in the face that you need to keep your hands up, but you can't do it for them.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it too.
Just like this weekend. I know if you watch BKFC, you've seen a couple of them motherfuckers that was not supposed to be in that ring.
It's always. That's why I go by saying. That's why I keep going back. Why the hell they ain't got Bobby in there yet? And many times I haven't fucking proposed to it.
Well, what it amounts to is they want to go out and they want to get these other dudes these little paychecks from beating these fucking bums. They don't want to fight nobody that knows how to fight.
Exactly.
Here's why they haven't had me fight yet.
I was just talking.
I don't know why, man. I see guys that shouldn't even be there. But then you get the real guys and try to get them in there, whatever. It's all type of problem. Oh, we got to look at your social media and all that shit. I mean, you know, like some people don't, you know, they're very, very popular, but they don't like social media, you know. And I'm gonna tell you, Bobby is sort of one of them. He ain't too much into social media, but he's very popular. You know that.
Man, he's got a hell of a following.
Yes. So it's like, what about these guys that you don't know? These guys that you have never seen. I mean, I hate to be saying this, you know what I mean? But hey, it got to be said. There's guys in there you never seen before. Probably got all losses in MMA and put them in there, but yet you get a guy, a living legend, trying to put him in there, and they give him a hard time. I don't understand that.
Or they'll try to offer him some bum ass money.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yep.
It's crazy, man. You can't offer the fucking Canadian bare knuckle heavyweight champion pennies.
Right.
It don't work like that.
Speaking of Bobby Brent, he does have a fight coming up June the 2nd against another guy that you definitely know, Mo Muscle DeReese. He's a friend of mine too. I kind of didn't want to put that fight together, but you know what the hell? These are two monsters, beasts. This is going to be a great show. It's going to be an XFC in Michigan, June 2nd. Everybody tune in.
Okay, hey, listen to this, guys. So I was doing all my posts last night, and you know, with Zion victory, all that stuff that Gabriel was talking about. Gabriel brought up that mostly home crowd fighters likely will get the victory if you take it to the judges, because they want you guys, the other fighters, they're bringing in.
That's 100% true.
You don't want. A lot of times you don't want to believe that, but it is true sometimes. Sometimes.
I know for a fact. I know for a fact. I went out of state, beat the shit out of a dude, beat him up, battered his eyeball swole shut. His shit was swole. Boom, all the way shut. 3 rounds, beat dude up. Lost by fucking decision. How the hell How they gonna call that a 10-8?
I done had a couple guys that happened to him as well.
How would they give him a 10-8 when I controlled every round? You know,
and he didn't knock you down or anything. Did he knock you down?
No. I knocked him down 4 times. I knocked him down 4 times. 3 of them were jabs.
Oh yeah, they screwed you then. That was a screw job.
Literally just like come in, bow, jab, knocked him down.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Just because
those knockdowns alone should have pulled your head, even if you know he was etching you.
He shot for like 20-some takedowns that fucking fight. Didn't land but one.
Wow.
I got right there.
What state was that in?
Missouri.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, why? Well, you know, if you check it out, I looked at most of the cards that I saw. Some of the fighters don't even have a record like the fighters they're going against. Have never competed before, and like the card that was in Denver, Colorado, they brought in guys that haven't even really fought at bare knuckle, get KO in the first round. So, and their home crowd. That's their hometown. So
one more thing. Like I said on motherfucking Planet Hank, Truckin' Carson, you a little bitch and I'll fuck you up. When we gonna do
this? That's how you
when
do it.
When we gonna do this? Whatever weight you want, whatever weight you want, Mermaid Man. Whatever weight you want. 55, 65, 70. Fuck it. I'll fight you at 85, bro. I don't give a fuck.
You said that to Planet Hank?
Hell yeah, I said that to Planet Hank. Hank knows.
Wait a minute.
Hank.
Oh, I just realized who you're talking about. Yeah. Oh, wow.
He fought last night against some fucking scrub and got his shit rocked. And then ended up beating the dude. Okay, I watched what happened when he ate those first 2 punches. Chuck didn't like that at all. You're going to eat those 2 punches, but I promise you're going to eat about 50 of them bitches for me. You're going to be laying on the mat. That's what happens when you put fucking educated people in there with bums. You get shit like that. You get shit that looks like that. You go out there, man.
Well,
I seen it too much.
BYB needs a new matchmaker. That's what.
Hey,
They're the
hey,
best.
wait a minute.
People in BYB need to start making fucking weight.
So I was gonna ask you guys this, including you that you haven't showed up in my last couple of shows. So anyway, the matchmakers. How do you feel that some of the BYB, KFC, UFC, or any promotion out there, there's been a lot of people hating on the matchmaker. So
shit. Of
why?
I feel if you put together shitty
I've been doing it for 10 years myself, and I get a lot of, slack. It's always, they always going to. They got to blame somebody sometimes,
Oh, yeah.
So.
And the sad part is they'll do it intentionally, bro. They'll do it intentionally. They'll have somebody who's got something wrong with them in some sort of way why they ain't a legitimate fighter.
Yeah.
And they'll put that cool of a bitch in there with somebody like Bobby and they'll get them killed. And that's what happens.
I know, man. That's like you got a fighter that is like what, 5-0, say 5-0. Well, not 5-0. He fought, say, 10 matches.
And a guy that's 3-9.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen worse than that. I've seen worse than that.
That's the fight that they want. That's the fight they want. That's some, yeah.
I've seen worse than that because I'm not gonna lie. I've been guilty of giving them the guys that really couldn't do well in MMA or whatever, and they got bad records. So I'm like, okay, maybe you could throw some hands. Lorenzo Hunt, for one, he had a horrible MMA record, and
I had a shitty amateur record, but I'm telling you, I was like 54-33 or some shit like that. I fought any motherfucking body, anytime, anywhere.
That's a lot of damn amateur fights, bro.
I fought from 45 all the way to heavyweight, bro.
Wow.
I got videos of probably 50 or 60 of these fights. Just little home videos. Back when they used to let you take a fucking little camcorder in there with you. Nowadays, you try to take something in somewhere and you got some mountain over there trying to be like, you got to get that out of here. No phones.
They sure do.
Hey, Zach.
Yeah, they do. And it's crazy because you don't own that fight. That's my fight. You don't own that fight. You don't own the rights to me. You see what I'm saying? So I don't understand that. Like, I've been to shows where they'll have semi-famous people on there. They'll let that motherfucker walk around with his own cameraman and photographer and every damn thing. But you let one of the guys on the undercard try some shit like that and watch the Mountain from Game of Thrones come over and tell his cameraman, you got to get out, buddy. That's exactly what happened to me too.
I didn't try to, film on ringside, and they wouldn't let me. So
yeah,
you got to sneak and do it.
Hey, Zach, I got a fighter for you. How would you feel if they could match you up with Zion Jr.?
What weight's he fight?
He's a 185, I think.
Yeah, he is.
There's a hell of a size difference there. I mean, I would take the fight, but there's a hell of a size difference there. I said I walk around at 200 pounds, but I cut to 55. So I'm big as a 55 guy. As a 70, 85 guy, I'm not so big.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of chub on me there.
So what you're trying to say?
As a lot of people know, though, you got to have that little bit of chub or you have no energy. You can't get along in the fight world with no fat. Look what happened to Bobby Lashley. Look what happened to Bobby Lashley. That dude is the peak of physical fucking fitness. He was in the military, everything else. Got his ass wrecked by people he shouldn't have got beat up by. People you would think that guy would just run through you. And the next thing you know, he's sitting there in a fucking triangle choke because he ain't got no neck and he wanted to try to power bomb you. So then he goes to sleep. It don't make sense. Or they'll put somebody like that in there with a bum, a complete just washover. Or somebody who was good 15 years ago who now has no business in the ring. And that is one of the worst things that I see is that they'll put some old man in there with some kid that's 19, 20 years old. And that 19, 20-year-old kid will run circles around that 40-year-old man. And there ain't nothing that he can do about it. The only way that he's going to win is off his experience up here. He doesn't have the physical attributes to make that fight happen. He has the mental attributes to win that fight. That's why you see people like, that's why Glover did so good, bro, because he was old. He thought his actions out because he didn't want to fuck himself up, because that's exactly what would happen.
You could be right. I feel that I'm better and way more experienced now that I'm older than I was back then.
Yeah.
I was a monster back then.
You mentally facilitate your thoughts better whenever you go in there. If you're like, all right, you need to throw 1-2 cross step back body kick. You think that now. Before
you more, but you're right about that. You think more.
Yeah. Before you just did it. You didn't think about it. You was like boop 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 boop.
Well, you kind of have to, because you facing them young guys or whatever, and they can be, a little aggressive, more got more stand over than you. You gotta think, you gotta figure this shit out. Okay, what's the best way? So in the other way, you gotta outsmart them.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting at is you have to use that mind power, that willpower that you have as an older cat to be able to be in there and compete with them kids. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm about to turn 33 years old in August. I don't mind fighting 19, 20-year-old kids because I still have some speed left. I'm not 40, 45. Man. Yeah.
You had the peak. When I was 33, I felt better than I did anytime.
That's what I'm saying. You know what's crazy? You know what's absolutely crazy is a lot of these people, they go to the gym, they lift weights, they do all this, that, and the other. Lifting weights is not going to help you in MMA. Lifting weights is going to hurt you in MMA. Lifting weights is going to hurt you in boxing because your range of motion becomes less because your muscles are constantly tighter because you're lifting weights.
Yeah, y'all stiff and whatnot. I used to love fighting bodybuilders.
That's what I was getting at with them big boys, like the Bobby Lashley's and shit. They're too big. They have too much muscle to be able to.
And they get tired quick too, yeah.
Yes, to be able to breathe. Because they have to put so much damn oxygen to them big ass lungs to build them big ass muscles. They have nothing left in the gas tank by the time you get 6 minutes into a fight. That's 2 rounds. That's 2 rounds as an amateur. So I mean, as a pro, you're 1 round and 1 minute in. I mean, that's why you see a lot of these big, what they call juiced up guys that don't go pro because they can't breathe that long to fight that long. They can't move that long.
I'm just kind of curious why you guys call most of these big guys juice boxes.
Well, because if you look like you can't put your arms down, I'm gonna call you a juice box.
Or if you can't straighten your arm, you can't straighten it.
Yeah, if you can't put your back down, you're probably a juice box. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen some naturally muscular people. Yeah, but I ain't never seen nobody that looked like they sculpted out of fucking brick that didn't take steroids, bro.
I was walking, me and my son.
I know a lot of people at our gyms locally that they would be 155 to 170 pounds if they didn't take steroids. They're 225 pounds, bench pressing 475 pounds because they take steroids.
Yeah, wow.
They have no cardio. They have no cardio. They have no love life. Yeah, they have no love life because the balls are the size of a fucking Cheeto. You know them little cheese balls? Yeah.
Hey.
Yep.
You had me thinking though, Zach. My son and I were walking the other day at Walmart, and my son was like, "Hey, look at Juice Box," and I was like, "Juice Box? Where?" Like, a guy right here was walking around like this. Like,
they listen better than you do, Jeff.
My son trying to get me beat up.
Oh, he said it loud. Yeah.
So you're trying to get your boy on Daryl. Is he getting ready to come on, or are we gonna wait for him?
Well, he said when I spoke with him, he said he was driving. So when he gets settled, he was gonna. I sent him the link, so he should be able to.
Okay.
So, but he wanted to come on.
Since you guys were talking about people being in the fight game for a long time, and one of these fighters I love, a lot of people hate on him. If you guys watch his fight last night, Matt Brown, 42 years
Hell
old.
yeah, that's my boy.
Oh, I like that. I always like Matt.
That
I always
fight
like that.
the oldest man on that card KO'd his opponent like he was.
Walk off KO.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Woo.
He's gonna always put a good fight. Win or lose, he's always gonna give a good fight.
That
anyway.
a fighter stopped that night. That the ref did not have no control over him stopping.
Yeah.
That one old boy, he hit his motherfucking ass. He fell to the ground and was completely assed out. And he turned around and walked away. And ref Keith Peterson jumped in between them after dude turned around and walked away. I don't like Keith Peterson. I don't like Keith Peterson at all. He's a terrible referee. Everybody that I've ever talked to that has ever ran into Keith Peterson said he smells like fucking cigarettes and booze.
I've heard that
be
too.
no damn referee and smell like cigarettes and fucking booze.
Ain't that what who was that?
Dominic Cruz.
Yeah,
Dominic Cruz said
that.
that.
Yeah.
And personally, honestly, in my career, I've dealt with referees that drink before they fucking go out there to the show.
Yeah. I don't do that.
And I mean getting shitty fucking drunk. So fucking shitty drunk that they don't see you get punched in your balls.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
I know if they ain't getting drunk, they definitely going out blowing one every once in a while.
I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's not even, I really wouldn't even consider that a problem. That might help his ass focus.
Yeah,
Because a lot of these people are just really high strung and they're over here, over there, over here, over there. So I mean, that little bit of weed might calm that motherfucker down, but you give his ass a shot, he starts wilding out.
how the hell does he still have a job?
Well, I don't think he will after last night.
I think like
You know, I mean,
I was
you can
talking
only
about-
fuck up like that one time before they're like, hey, now,
Yeah.
you notice they don't put no fucking Mario Yamasaki in that bitch.
Oh no, I think he's done, ain't he?
you guys,
They ain't going for that.
That's
don't like
not
people
that's
getting
not
beat to
Dana's
death.
favorite referee. That's for
No,
sure.
it's not. But Steve Mazzagatti, he says Steve Mazzagati's a fucking tool.
hey Zach, I was
Yeah.
before I brought you and Daryl on here. I was talking to myself, but I was talking about how these officiating, the judges, the ref. I mean, why are the refs calling the fights? You know, like with Rick's fight Friday night, he got hit
Because a lot of these motherfuckers don't have proper training. They go through like a 4-week course thing, and then they get a little certificate thing, and then they're a fucking referee.
That's it. That's it.
That's exactly what it is. Because I'm gonna tell you right now,
if they fought before, they automatically go get
you watch a real referee, you watch a fucking Mills Lane, somebody like that really is a referee, that really has studied this shit all the way down to a T. And every time you're watching his eyes because he's watching them fighters. He's not watching the fucking camera watching him. He's not watching this motherfucker over here on the side of the ring. He's not watching a dude on the side of the cage. He's paying attention to what's going on in front of him with those two fighters because that's his job.
But you
I
don't
kind of
think
like John McCarthy. He's pretty good.
Yes, John was great. John was great. And then Dan Mergliotta. Dan Mergliotta was a good referee too.
Right.
You know, there's some shitty referees.
Yeah. That's what I'm about to
I
say,
have
there
seen
are.
some real
There are.
early stoppages.
But with the experience that these refs or the officiating judges on the sidelines, do you feel like some of these judges don't have that experience knowing the fight game? You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like if you have never competed in combat sports, you have no fucking business as a judge because you don't understand what a punch does to a person. You don't understand what a clean punch does to a person. You don't. A lot of these son of a bitches will fucking count this when you, if I block this like this, they will count that shit if it touches your hand.
Man, I've seen judges that's been in the martial arts game for years, trainers, and then they try to judge, and it stuck. You know what I mean? I remember I used to go to the classics over there in Orlando. I've judged a few of them shows, and then there were some judges that was there. You know, I mean, these guys has been have their own gyms for years and whatever, but they get thrown out of there because they're judging wrong. They have no clue how to do it.
And that's like, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna bring this up because I seen this post the other day. Chris Wilmore from Street Beat, he made a post about effective boxing technique and how a bout is supposed to be scored. Okay, just because I have a volume of punches, a shitload of punches, doesn't mean that any of my fucking punches were effective or that they hurt you at all in any way, shape, or form. You get points for throwing a shitload of punches, but you get more points for landing an effective, clean, crisp strike, stepping back, landing another one, moving to the side, landing another one. You get way more points for that versus this bullshit that you see people do right here. This don't get you nowhere. I see that so much. I see it in bare knuckle boxing all the time. And I'm thinking, if you threw a straight punch, you'd knock that bastard out. If you threw a straight punch, you would knock him out. But you want to throw these weird ass hooks. You're trying to put your whole body into it because you let yourself get worked up here. And now the fucking fight plan goes out the window. You're just in there throwing hooks to see who's the badass in the ring. That's what you're doing. And everybody sees that.
I can understand. Now in bare knuckle, I can understand the bullshit and bullshit punches or whatever.
Yeah, touching the hands.
You don't want to go all hard, just yet until you can find that opening. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Ain't that?
But,
that's right.
Did you watch the BYB Friday night?
No.
Okay, let's talk about this fight real quick. The championship belt that was on the line with I think his name is Oxendine. Is it Oxendine?
Yeah, we beat him before.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. My guy Kobe beat him before. I wouldn't mind. Did he win that belt? Did he win it?
No, he lost by split decision.
Okay. I wish he would have won it.
He was telling me that the refs took 2 points from him, and they don't know why he took 2 points from him, but the refs were giving him a hard time, like he was trying to throw his fight away from him. And
that could have been happening. The ref probably had some money on him. Who knows?
Yeah, most of these refs don't have experience, or have experience. Dude, I believe some of these refs or judges are getting paid under the table to throw the fight.
Man, this is a dirty ass business. You just got to pinpoint the white people that's that's serious about this shit. You got these crooks that just don't care about it. I mean, all they care about is making the money or whatever, but care less about what's going on with the business and the fighters and stuff like that.
They don't care about their fighters.
No.
You see managers that do that shit to people all the time. They're like, "Oh, it's your debut. We're gonna put you in there with a guy who's 6-1." Oh shit!
See, I don't do that because I have too much pride. I hate to lose, so
Yeah. See,
so they don't know when my guys lose, I lose. So
people lack good management. That's the thing. They'll have somebody that's like, okay, well, you fight light heavyweight. All right, well, fuck it. We're gonna let you fight Ben Rothwell tonight. That's the kind of shit. That's the kind of shit that happens. That's the kind of shit that happens, and I know it is because I've seen it a million times. Or you'll be like, all right, well, you'll have a fucking promoter hit you up and be like, hey, I need to fill 6 fights on this card. You got 6 or 7 guys? And then you give him 6 or 7 guys. He gives you unfair ass bullshit matchups because he wants his guys to win.
That's almost always. That's damn near all the promoters. They all for the hometown guys. They want them guys to win. That's because they don't want to bring the money in. So they got to keep pushing them and building them.
That's true. That's why I tell most fighters, if you don't want to take it to the judges, you better just go ahead and knock the guy out before the second round. Don't let it go to the judges.
Right.
Speaking of which,
that's why I tell my guys, like, especially when they're going out of town, I just let them know, hey, listen, just remember, you coming here as food. You are
That's
the
right.
food. You know what I mean? So what you need to do is just turn it around. When you turn it around, you can't look at yourself as food. You got to look at yourself as getting a big opportunity. You
You
know,
go
so
from the hunted to the hunter.
yep,
Right.
yep. But
Yeah.
that's what's gonna happen. You know, whenever you
Yeah.
fight out of town, you food. That's all it's
Oh
gonna be.
yeah.
It's like this. You could be winning the first 2 rounds of the fight. Then it comes
Mhm.
third round. All the judges are going to turn the points around and have that fighter winning.
Yeah, a lot of them do. Yep. They like the way you finish. They judge it on the finish of
Uh-huh.
the fight.
There
They
you
say
go.
that a strong finish. They say that a strong finish is better than a good start, but I say bullshit because during a good
Right.
start, you end up in a situation where you're looking at somebody who's completely busted and battered and beat the hell out of. If you get a good start,
Yes.
how's he gonna win the fight? You can't come back from. I just nailed you to the goddamn ground. You can't get off that, you know.
Right.
And then for some reason, instead of that round being a 10-8, it was a 9-8 or it was a
Right.
10-9. And you don't
Now,
understand
Jeff-
it because you dropped him 3 times. He didn't even touch you.
There you
Yep.
go. There you go.
Now, Jeff, I know you remember the Sugar Ray Leonard Marvin Hagler
Oh my
fight, right?
God.
Yeah, I remember that. He's not old enough.
Okay.
He's not old enough.
Just like
I have followed. I'm telling you right
even
now,
then-
my grandpa, boxing runs in my family. My grandpa, his mother, her brother, who disappeared in World War II, was a professional undefeated heavyweight Golden Glove boxer. He was like 25-0. His name was Herman Jacobs, and you can look that up. He won multiple Golden Gloves just through the Army. So it's been in my family forever. My grandpa was an undefeated wrestler. He wrestled at heavyweight at 208 pounds. That's a big son of a bitch to be wrestling at heavyweight, you know? You got to be big to wrestle heavyweight at 208 pounds.
Yeah, that's true. Because I was 145.
Especially to go undefeated like that, bro. It don't happen. You have to be either really fucking good or really fucking strong. And he just happened to be both. Because that was
my point about that. My point about that Hagler fight and Leonard fight is that's how Leonard won that fight. You know, Hagler. You notice Hagler was winning all the rounds up into the last 30 seconds, and then here comes Sugar Ray with his flurry of punches, spilling around. After you work so hard, after 2.5 minutes, now this guy in fucking 30 seconds, he comes in and steals your round just because he throws a flurry of punches.
Steals the whole fight.
He stole that whole fight, man. I love Sugar Ray. Don't get me wrong, man. He lost. I don't think he won that fight.
That's honestly, man. That's like if you go back and you watch old tapes of Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano used to get the fuck beat out of his little ass, but he would stand in there. He would fight with you the entire time, and he would eventually knock you the fuck out.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
He might have been a slow starter. Like a lot of people say, I'm a slow starter. You know, I'm a slow starter. I like to feel things out. He felt things out with his fucking forehead.
That's not always a good technique, though. That's not always the way to go.
That's right. I mean, but the crazy.
Well, just like what's his name? He lost that fight against what's that guy now? What's his name? Little guy. Who the fuck is it?
He's a Mexican fella.
No, he's not actually Mexican. He was a Mexican fighter. He fought Dominic Cruz and knocked him out with that side head kick.
Oh, Corey Sandhagen.
No, not Sandhagen. So Sandhagen is the one that beat him.
Was it Thomas Almeida?
No, it's out with a C. I don't know why I can't think of his name.
I know who you're talking about.
What did Cody Garbrandt?
He the one he actually beat what's the skinny cat name? Let's get ready to fight. I don't know why I got such a brain freeze this morning. The guy that's getting ready to fight Aljo, what's his name?
Oh, Cejudo.
Not Cejudo, but the one that's getting ready to fight him now.
Oh, Sean O'Malley.
Sean O'Malley. Now the guy I'm talking about beat Sean O'Malley.
Cheeto Vera.
Cheeto, that's why I couldn't think of his
Cheeto
name.
is Mexican. He's
Cheeto.
Mexican as hell.
No, he's not Mexican. He's
Really?
he's from he got pissed off when somebody called him a Mexican.
I thought he was
he got pissed off because
he's Colombian, isn't he?
He's not Colombia. He's I forget the name of the country. But
it's South America.
No, he's not from
right?
either though. Yeah, it's South America, yeah.
Okay. I can see why the confusion was there though about where he's from, because you got people from Brazil, you got people from Colombia, you got people from Peru and shit.
But speaking of that,
Venezuelan.
about Sean O'Malley going for the title.
That's gonna be an ass beating. I don't think Aljo has the hands to get O'Malley to the ground.
I don't know, man.
I just don't. I don't think he has.
I'm down to Aljo. I'm down to Aljo. I feel that with O'Malley, he got a better way to beat O'Malley than he did with Henry Cejudo.
That's right. But the only thing is he has to be able to implicate that game plan. And we've seen what happened when he tried to implicate the game plan against Cejudo. All he could do is just stand there and box him and keep him back. He didn't want to really wrestle that little
Cejudo is a grade A wrestler and probably better than him. Most likely. I mean, he's an Olympic wrestler, so he probably is better than him. But O'Malley, he doesn't have nearly that type of wrestling. So
no, he doesn't.
I feel if O'Malley can keep it standing, he gotta win. But if Aljo do the Aljo thing, I don't know, man. If he gonna take him down, he's gonna get him down regardless. It's how long he can hold him down and what can he do to him while he's down there.
Yeah.
O'Malley, he's pretty good at getting back up.
Yes, but O'Malley's really good with the takedown defense too, because he likes to use legs to defend. So when you shoot in for that funky shooting, your arms out here and he knees you, that's one of his things. He'll knee you in your chest when you go to try to take him down, so that way that he takes your breath away so he can roll out.
Right.
Because it's hard to keep grip on anything when you can't breathe.
That's like the
other night when we was watching BKFC. Tony Soto won 3.5 rounds straight. For the last round and a half, Tony coasted because Tony got his body worked on. I love Tony to death. Tony's one of my favorite fighters in BKFC. Tony, Joe, Bubba, all them guys, bro. And I'm going to tell you right now, Tony never been hit to the body like that. You could see it in his eyes the first time Good John hit him with an uppercut to the sternum, right in the solar plexus. Tony was like, oh, shit. And that's when he started hugging. And I understand why. He would throw a punch, Good John would go to throw the punch, and Tony would hug. Perfectly legal in bare knuckle combat as long as you throw a fucking strike beforehand or in the clinch. That's what a lot of people get pissed off about. Oh, well, you're hugging. I'm fighting the fight according to the rule set. If the rule set allowed me to punch you in the fucking arm,
annoying, but it is legal.
Hey, I put him on mute for a minute. Hey, Daryl, did you want to set up your boy next weekend on a Saturday so we get him more time on the show?
Yeah.
So we get him more time.
I kind of told him we could probably do next week or whatever, but he was like, "Oh no, I'll be home shortly," so he might pop up still. If not, we could do it. We could do them next week too.
Yeah. Usually my show, I only have a limit of an hour, but it let me over 9 minutes. So if we could set him next Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And we'll just get him on. Now get him enough time.
How much time you got, Jeff?
Did you just unmute your ass?
I know a little more than you do. How much time you got? We'll start another live. We'll get Daryl's boy on here.
Yeah.
Ain't no rule says you can't go back to back, bro.
My co-host over there. Jeez. That's what I like about Zachary. He knows it. He knows.
And he talks. You know, I talk. Keep things moving.
Right. I got $1 million mouthpiece.
But there is that one moment I want to put my fist through the screen so he can be quiet. So
yeah, as I said at the beginning of the show, hey, Carlos, give me that trucking fight. I don't give a shit how much money it's for. I want to beat the merman. Next thing you know, I'm gonna beat him up so bad you're gonna see that motherfucking hair care commercials. He done fighting.
Sure, it's not the juice box.
You'll see his ass in a Head and Shoulders commercial because I done knocked his head off his shoulders.
So Daryl, we could do next week. We'll get a couple of your fighters on our show next week. Oh, actually, you know what? What time you gotta be at that fight Saturday?
In the evening. Saturday, I ain't gonna be able to do too much of nothing Saturday. I mean, unless it's early in the morning.
If I have to, I'll wake up at 6 in the morning. Come wake up early. I get there at 6 in the morning and get you on earlier.
Yeah, I mean, you can get get a couple of the boys that's fighting.
You're gonna have to call my ass before the show starts, Jeff, so that way I know that I'm up and around and in everything. Because 6 o'clock your time, 6 o'clock your time is like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah. 6 o'clock will be 8 o'clock to me for him.
Zachary,
but no, that's fine. No, we can try.
Yeah, I'm in Illinois. He's over in Arizona, so he'll be like, "Oh, we're going live at 6 o'clock," and I'll be like, "Oh, that's 8 o'clock my time." And then, I was watching the fight. I forgot you was in Illinois too. You know,
that's true. So
I forgot you was in Illinois too, bro.
A lot of the time you end up, watching them fights till 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, especially if you're watching the post-press conference, you end up till 3 or 4 o'clock.
Heck yeah.
So, Daryl,
but I like to be able to hear what these people say because then I can bring it the next day to the podcast.
Boom.
Right.
And be like, hey, I heard this from such and such. Yeah, it don't work, does it, Jeff? You forgot me the master button over here too.
He done block you from me.
Yeah, I got a master button over here too. That's what he forgot.
Wow, that's crazy.
Hey, Daryl. Well, what I do is I'm gonna help you out. Get some. What would you like to say to some of the fighters that are looking for a manager or if they're looking for some fights on the cards? Go ahead and say something on here. What you're looking for at these cards and what you're looking on your team.
Okay. I'm looking for some badass fighters. So some fighters that's got the potential of being badass fighters. So, which I'm always looking for. And if you interested and want to, start fighting on some really big shows and whatever, you can contact me. I'm Daryl Hatchett. Daryl LaShawn Hatchett on Facebook. And management of champions, management_of_champions on Instagram. And yes, I'm looking. We do bare knuckle, kickboxing, and a lot of boxing as well. So if anybody want to extend their career and jump on a winning team, hit me up. Then I get you started.
If you got some good kickboxing fights for me, Daryl.
I definitely got a lot. That's
my forte. I am a fucking kickboxer. That is, if you see my legs, you'd be like, he's a kickboxer. But yeah, I just
arguing about it the other day.
We do a lot of kickboxing.
That's literally my favorite thing because I know you ain't gonna try to grab me there because I'm gonna hit you with an elbow.
Right. The only thing about it, you better have more endurance for the kickboxing. That's it. That's all you do.
Yeah, you gotta be able to throw and throw and throw and throw and throw. And if you can't throw and throw, you fuck.
Right.
Well, one of the last kickboxing matches that I had was against a guy. Actually, he got in trouble for this, and I almost got my ass in trouble for this too. He was an Army Ranger in the United States Army. He is a hand-to-hand combat instructor. He is not allowed to fight. Oh, his ass sure fought. And the police sure escorted us both out of the fucking ring and brought out of the arena and outside. And the next thing you know, his sergeant's fucking outside. I'm getting screamed at. He's getting screamed at. I turn around like I'm gonna walk away. I got fucking armed guards talking about, you need to talk to this man. You could be facing prison time. For what? Damage of government property. Okay. Yeah, they are not allowed.
I'm going to send my shout outs or whatever. I'm going to shout out to Gerard Whitney. Great fight yesterday. Your first win. I see a lot of potential in you. I know you're going to go far. I can't wait to your next fight. John Bernard, you know you're the man, bro. You are the man. And you definitely go rule. I believe you're going to rule that division in bare knuckle for sure. And but he's still good in other stuff too. I think he can get some championships in kickboxing and stuff too as well. I'm gonna try to set him up for that. Then we got next week. I want to shout out to all my guys that's fighting. Hazel Ortiz, the Italian Tyson. I got my real big hopes for him. He's very, very popular guy, and he's badass from Street Beef. So a lot of people know him. Guy. Yeah. Chris Roman. Very, very, very talented guy. I just got off of Street Beef too. I know he's going to start doing good. I see a lot of championships in his future. Robert Elroy, you got a fight coming up. Another Street Beef guy. See a bunch of shit in his future as well.
You just a Street Beef manager, huh?
I got a bunch of Street Beef guys on this show for some reason.
You need to get with Chris, and you need to be like, hey, all these guys that want legit fights, send them to me.
I had one guy bail out of a championship, but I want to replace him with my guy, Stevie Warren from Florida. A lot of people in Florida knows this guy. He's pretty badass too. I want to get him one more championship before he go pro this summer. Shout out to you, Stevie. Also, shout out to everybody else that's fighting on that show as well. I'll be all day name all the names. I got so many people fighting. But shout out to everybody, all my crew. You know, love y'all. You guys we're gonna do some shit this year. We on a winning streak. I want to keep it like that now. We got some big fights coming up and a lot of more championships coming up. Let's get them all.
Hell yeah.
And shout out to well, my mother, she's in heaven. Happy Mother's Day, my dear mom. So definitely got to shout out to that.
Hey, hang on, Daryl. Here you go. Hang on.
Oh, he's here?
Hold up.
Yo.
What's up, brother?
The man.
What's up,
the man of the weekend.
How you doing?
He don't look like he got in a fight.
I got a little something. I got a shiner.
I don't remember hitting you, really. No, he got one good hit in. That's it.
I got headbutted on this side. This was a headbutt.
I've noticed that a lot in bare knuckle. When people come together, they clash heads and they hit the shit out of each other
all the time.
So that same time where I kind of fell back is when I hurt my knee and we headbutt each other at the same time.
Right, I kind of saw that. I thought you had got you with one or something, but that's probably your knee.
I wasn't exactly sure. Yeah, it looked like a glancing blow, but at the same time, it looked like it connected with enough that it could have did something, but not really like powerful, you know.
No, it's
just enough to kind of discombobulate for a second.
Yeah. My knee is actually, I tore my ACL a few times, right? And so ever since that, certain like movements and shit will really
I know.
My leg. I was literally like limping pretty much all day yesterday. You know, I took some ibuprofen and I've been on those compression boots. They're trying to massage the muscles around my knee and shit. So I feel a little bit better now. Yeah.
Well, you could wear a brace. Make sure you wear a brace next time.
Oh, I can. See, fuck, I didn't even know, bro. I didn't know. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, but I didn't even know. I could. I wasn't too sure. I would have, man. If I would have, man, I would have been able to perform way better. Yeah. I was afraid of my knee popping out, so I had to be really stiff, you know.
Right. Right. Well, you know, next time for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear a brace for sure. Like I need to.
And one other thing, a lot of people they don't realize this. You do not have to wear shoes, period. You don't have to wear boxing shoes. You don't have to wear socks. You don't have to wear those damn slip-up heel things. You can box barefoot, bare-knuckle boxing.
BKFC, they allow barefoot?
I had a fight there. You know the
international rules. If you look into the international rules, it clearly states you can fight barefoot.
Oh, that would have been better. My shoes is heavy as hell. That's why I actually ended up borrowing.
I've seen one motherfucker out there in a pair of Nike Airs, bro.
I had a guy. He come there. You know, Victor Jones. He came there with his running shoes and that. And I wasn't even thinking it to say, man, make sure you bring some fucking boxing shoes because it should be everybody's mind, you know.
But that is a mission thing, whether or not they honor that. Because I know overseas you can bare knuckle box with no shoes on. That's part of the international rule set. Because you got them Taiwanese boxers that they don't wear shoes. They don't wear shoes. Like
I know a lot of like I matchmake a couple promotions, anime promotions in Florida or whatever, and a lot of the boxers for them shows they don't wear shoes.
That's right. Or they'll wear tennis shoes, which really fucks you up if you're trying to wear tennis shoes or jogging shoes out there because you have no flat on the bottom of those.
Yeah, I prefer box with no shoes. That's what I'm doing next. And with a knee brace, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, you can definitely wear that knee brace. You can wear your ankle protectors, like the sleeves that goes up your ankle that you tie like a shoe. Yeah. You can wear those. The only thing that you really can't get away with is anything that covers your hands.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah. That's about right.
Yeah, that's about fair.
So, John, before I got these guys over there running their mouths talking, but I want to congratulate you on your good win Friday night. And I got to watch it on the rerun. It was a great fight. And hope to see more of that. That was a great knockout, man.
I'm hoping. That's the goal. But next time, again, I ain't fighting at no damn 55 no more. Hell no. It's way too heavy.
Where you fighting at?
135.
Where you want to fight at?
135.
Okay.
125.
Oh, really?
That's my weight class. Okay. Yeah, that's my weight class.
I mean,
you didn't notice how much bigger his opponent was, bro?
Yeah. How fat I look.
He was bigger.
He was a lot bigger.
No, I see where you can lose. You can lose weight, John. That'd probably be a good idea.
125, no problem, easily.
Yeah.
Send him that video I sent you, Daryl. Send him that video I sent you with the distilled water, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he'll cut 25, 35. He might fuck around and talk about making 115.
115.
Yep.
God knows they don't want me at 115. I'm telling you that right now. Not no 115.
No. But yeah, 135 seemed like it'd be with height and stuff. Seemed like it'd be a good weight for you.
And
with the right cut, he probably could make 25.
Run that division. I think you're running there.
He'd be really big. He'd be really big at 25.
Yeah. 25 or 135.
I know who he wants to fight. He wants to fight Reggie.
I do. I actually I would love to.
Yeah, we talked about that. After a couple of knockouts, but let's see if we can make that happen then.
Yeah,
for sure.
You notice we ain't heard nothing out of Chop Corley since fucking Reggie beat the shit out of him.
Oh, I see him all the time. He's back to posting naked women on the.
Yeah, I'm talking about for boxing, for big KFC and all that. We ain't heard nothing about him since he really boxed.
Yeah, not for boxing, no. I think that was it for him.
I think that was a promotional move. I think that's what that was.
Yeah.
Because how you gonna be a champion professional boxer? You get hit and you're like, no, dude, I'm done. I ain't doing this no more. You did that shit for a paycheck.
Not just a professional boxer, a former world champion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He did that shit for a paycheck.
Yeah, I see a lot of people doing it.
Bare knuckle and was like, my eyes, nope.
I've been seeing that I've been managed that would get out there just for the fucking paycheck. And they don't stay with me long, trust me. But once I figure that shit out, I don't need those type of people. Like I said, I just
Or
need
somebody
winners.
that goes in there
Winners.
and they're a kicking pad or a boxing pad. They just absorb a ridiculous amount of strikes before they quit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out here at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, I saw that. See the sign. Look at that.
Oh man, trying to find some place to take my sister and my cousin's wife out for Mother's Day. And
Are we still on mute, Josh? I mean, Zach.
No, we're good.
Oh, okay.
What's that,
It should be at the bottom little right corner of your screen. You should see a thing that says Mike.
Okay. I got my phone tilted in a different way. I can't hardly see it.
Oh, okay.
So I can get to see all of you guys.
Yeah, everybody's mic's on.
So, hey, John, I
Yes,
was talking to Daryl. Since we're running out of time on my show, so to give you time to spend time with your family and everything, I want to try to get you on the show next Saturday morning.
Okay, we can do that. No problem.
So you have time to, talk about the training, the fights, give you. I know you got to spend time with your family after your fight and everything. I just want to congratulate you on your win and everything.
I appreciate it. I'm sorry I kind of, didn't enter soon enough. I've been driving, trying to find parking and all that kind of stuff, doing a family deal. But yeah, I would love to jump on an interview with you folks and kind of talk through all of the things that I went through for this fight and, hopefully future plans and stuff like that. It'd be great.
He also trained with Soto too, so they were training together with him.
That was where I was getting a lot of my my experience to the bare knuckle kind of deal. He really helped me a lot.
Tony's really good.
Preparation, yeah, he is. I know that there's like a controversy around him in his last victory, but I definitely felt he won that fight, 100%. He may have lost two rounds, maybe, but he was landing most of the shots. When you look at the two people's faces, you can clearly see who the hell got beat up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been good. I've been working with Ryan Soto, trucker, as well. I think it was Trucker Carson or something like that, who also fought on the BKFC that night. I also was training with a guy named Ryan Jett. I don't know if you know that hammer. That guy's a beast. And then also training with a guy named Josh Ox. What is his name? He was the main event of BYB last night. Also another bare knuckle boxing. He was fighting for the 135-pound world championship for BYB. So, I was getting work with a lot of seasoned BYB bare knuckle fighters. And I was picking their brain, and I was like, you know what is crazy? My style is ideal for this shit. Like ideal, and so not last night, but the 12th, I was able to really show that, but at a heavy weight. So I cannot wait to get down so I can be more agile and limber,
Well, you have a lot more energy no better, man. You left him right on his face. That's that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So,
but trust me, a lot of eyes are on you now, bro.
Yeah,
so.
For sure.
Thanks for helping me get this opportunity. Like I said, all I need is an opportunity. That's it. I trust in my skills and the entertainment that I put in this game. I've been doing this shit way too long, man. Way too long. So yeah, awesome.
Well, like I said, with your record, your kickboxing record, I seen you, working out. I kind of knew you had this,
Mm-hmm. So you said you train with Trucking? Tell Trucking to sign the contract. We'll send them one.
Yeah, I think he probably.
All right. Well, congratulations on your win, man. I'll see you next Saturday.
Great fight.
All right.
And I'll talk to Daryl, and we'll shoot each other a message. If you got Facebook, I'll shoot you a message.
Yeah, I have Facebook. This is my fit. Yeah, for sure. Shoot me a link, and yeah, I'll definitely join for sure.
All right, that sounds good, man. Congratulations and enjoy your meal.
I should have a lot of winners next week. Hopefully.
Okay.
All right, man. See you next week.
God bless, guys. Take it easy.
God bless, guys.
All right, take care, man. We talk.
Man, he's eating that Cracker Barrel. I'm a little jealous.
As soon as I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking about breakfast. When he said that shit.
Hell yeah. Get some biscuits and gravy, some grits, some toast, some eggs.
Hey,
little bacon.
Gravy. Oh, buddy. All right, so what we're going to do, guys, for next week, we're going to have another show. Hopefully, Stack will know the times. I shot him on times. So we're getting better with my show. So we'll get a lot of your fighters on here, Daryl.
Yeah, definitely next week for sure, man. You know.
So next.
How many fights I have? We might well just do Sundays.
We can do Sundays too, because after your fights, all your fighters should come on here and talk about, even if they lose, win, or draw, it don't matter. I love to hear their stories, how they like their performance. You know, a lot more they want to talk about. You know.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to bring one of my training partners on next week, Jeff. He's a professional kickboxer. He's been pro since 2012. He's been pro like Bobby has.
Yeah. What's his name?
Joel Blair.
Okay, now I don't know him.
You
coming to Bobby's fight?
I'm not sure. I probably will.
You know, I'm sitting here
just all depends, but yeah, more than likely.
Bobby Brandt. I was thinking, who the heck is that? And I forgot, man, he just came on my show a few weeks ago.
Yeah, remember we had Bobby on your show last time.
Yeah, I know. Here I am looking stupid. I was like, Bobby Brandt. I'm like, who is that?
Well, there's like 15 Bobbies that fight bare knuckle, bro. So like, I can understand where you get that confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, they got referees that's Bobby that does the damn bare knuckle. I mean, Bobby Weinbacher, he's one of the damn referees. So, I mean, you know.
We need to get him
That's going to be a good fucking fight, though, man.
Hell yeah.
And hopefully soon when we get to it, we can get some bare knuckle shit going.
For sure. It'd be real nice to get him up there and, get him a ranked fight. And then they're like, oh, shit. Whoops.
Well, who he fighting is not I mean, Mo is pretty good. He's he didn't been ranked.
I mean BKFC or BYB ranked.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
that's all he needs. That's what we've been asking for. Ben Watch for all them fuckers. Whoever won,
even a top 10 fight, they're gonna be like, oh, he's number 4 now.
Listen, whoever bare knuckle fighting, I don't care if it's BKFC, preferably BKFC. Or BYB. Anybody in the heavyweight can get that work. Anybody. Yeah. So, if you guys feel that you can beat this guy right here, hey, let's get this shit going. Talk to the matchmakers or whatever.
And I'll tell you, if he did get the chance to fight Big Ben, he sure as fuck wouldn't give a shit if Ben came in at 280 pounds, because Bobby would still beat his ass.
That Bobby will fight any fucking body and will beat any damn body. You underestimate him.
Hey.
You look at him and you think that guy's a turtle, and you're exactly right, because he won't stop coming forward. He won't. Yeah. He's not. I'm telling you, I fucking trained with the man, bro. He ate a complete front kick, stomach, chin, forehead, and just kept coming. Just kept coming forward, walking me down with jabs.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It's the end of my show.
Yeah, man. Like I said, all he needs is that shot. Once they give him that shot, he's there.
One chance.
My problem is I just don't understand why I can get anybody else on the damn show. You know what I mean? When it comes to trying to get Bobby on there, I just don't understand it. No, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's David Feldman himself, because David Feldman a couple of times he requested for Bobby. But then when I try to put him on, something happens between. Like I said, he was supposed to fight Bobo. The last time, but then something happened. Bobo get a better fight. I guess they figure they can sell Bobo better, so he gets the fight with Ben Rothar, then get his ass kicked. I don't think that would have happened to Bobby. I don't think it would happen to Bobby if he fought Bobo.
No,
so all he really needs is a chance to get out there and do what he got to do. Damn, this guy's out there. Then they want to say about the social media thing, or he ain't doing too much on social media or whatever. There's a lot of guys that get out there that don't even deserve to be out there, have no social media, and they fighting.
That's right. That's because
this is a knockout legend.
It's not really it's not really one of those things. Like he keeps his social life private because
Yeah,
motherfuckers
a lot of
bother
people
the shit
do.
out of you. Yeah,
Right.
People will bother the shit out of you. You'll get random. I'm gonna tell you right now. Whenever I was on Inside MMA in 2012 and I won that Bazzi Award, I was getting phone calls, I was getting emails, I was getting text messages, I was getting fucking Facebook requests, all because of one 12-second fight.
Right.
And it was harassed for you. I still get talked to about this shit on a random basis.
You know who I would love him for him to fight? It would be a perfect fight, him and Watson.
He would have killed Josh Watson.
They both kind of short and stocky. That would be a perfect ass fight.
Yeah, he would hurt Watson. He's got a lot more power than Watson does.
Watson, do you hear us? We got somebody that'll kick your ass.
Real bad. Real bad.
Yes.
You let me know when the goddamn odds come out on DraftKings because I'm betting a fucking yard on Bobby's.
Yeah. It's like you can't bet against him because you never know. Like I said, what's going to happen when he out there. All he had to do is touch you. You're going down.
Yeah, you can't bet against the winner.
Hey, you want to hear a good fight? Jeff Fuller versus Joe Rogan.
That had to be a kickboxing fight. So Rogan all kicks. I don't know about his hands.
Rogan's a black belt under Eddie Bravo too, so you don't want to go to the ground with him.
No, you definitely ain't going to ground. I know
You'll be
Eddie.
my corner man, Zach. You'll be my corner man. Anyway.
I'll just wave you with the towel whenever it's over.
Yeah, I can see you throwing it in the first 10 seconds.
Well, I mean, when he kicked you and your teeth went flying out over there into the third row, Jeff, you can't hold a mouthpiece in now.
I can tell you this. He couldn't kick my teeth out if he could because I got no teeth. I wear dentures.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You can't hold a mouthpiece in with no teeth with dentures. That's bad.
It gotta be. I know a bunch of boxers with no teeth. It gotta be maybe a special mouthpiece or something.
No, they're just using the regular mouthpiece. They're using the regular mouthpiece to boil it, but instead of it being teeth imprints, it's just gum imprints. I've seen it. I trained with a couple guys who literally have no teeth from getting kicked in the mouth, hit in the mouth, just being
that should be an option then. If you ain't got no teeth, it should be an option whether you should put a mouthpiece on or not.
Oh, that shit'll break your jaw. It'll break your jaw. It's not that little rubber piece is the only thing that keeps your mouth.
It feels like it'd be uncomfortable. Yeah.
It definitely it seems like it would feel uncomfortable as hell.
It's not really that comfortable. It's just our gums, a part of that gums go inside the mouthpiece and act like it fits like a tooth. But
it fits like dentures almost, right?
Yeah.
But I bet it hurts like a motherfucker when you get your teeth clicked together when you ain't got no teeth.
Woo! Yeah, probably do.
Woo!
All right, guys. I appreciate you guys coming on my show with my co-host Zachary Hot Hand. Daryl, next week you want to do a Sunday?
For sure. Definitely. I'll tell you, I'll give you the guys who I'm gonna have on there. I gotta make sure they not doing anything on that day. Right, most of the guys for next week ain't gonna be. They probably be still in the hotel. So, if we do it next week, thinking about that, it better be early because some guys probably had to check out, so we could get it done early as possible.
All right,
yep, because they got to go put their work in.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you for being on, Daryl, and I'll see you next week, man. Shoot me a message, and we'll talk about what time and stuff on Saturday morning or Sunday.
For sure.
Sounds good.
And once again,
most likely it'll be Sunday again. Because Saturday we're gonna be. I don't know. We could try. Yeah. We could try for Saturday morning. Okay. Because, like I said, the fights ain't till later, so we might be open then. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll be up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'll start early because I know you guys are like 9, Zachary's 8, and you're 9. So yeah, that should work out.
All right, guys, when you see this, let me know.
All right, we got you, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
Right,
Josh, when you see that, sign the contract to fight Bobby. You pussy.
Please. Anybody in the heavyweight, anybody. I don't give a fuck who they are. Whoever.
Does that include me?
I don't know. What's his name? Arnold Adams. We'd love to fight him. Yeah, he don't want to fight Bobby.
No, he don't. He don't want to fight Bobby at all because Bobby will get
he don't want to fight
on him.
They know each other. Well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Bobby knows Arnold. He knows what's the other dude? Shit. I was just talking to him about him the other day. And he knows Lorenzo. He knows a bunch of them guys, bro. He's known them all for years.
They all in the same area, yeah.
Yeah.
You talking about Lorenzo Hood, right? Or Hunt?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure Bobby.
He knows all them guys, bro.
Yeah. But all right, fellas. I'm gonna cut out of here because Jeff woke me up. I haven't eaten yet. so I'll be looking forward for next week though, for sure.
All right, man.
For sure.
We do Saturday. We stay up.
All right, appreciate you.
All right, no problem, guys. Y'all be easy.
You too, man.
Thank you. Have a great day. Shout out all our sponsors, Jeff. Thank everybody for helping us put this together.
Yeah, all right. Everybody, all the fighters that came on my show and talk about their stuff. We got Bobby Brent came on. Hopefully we'll see him soon. I might sign a contract to go against Bobby someday. Just kidding. So all the fighters that came on my show, the last few years stuff, giving you everybody a shout out. Appreciate you guys taking your time to come on my show. I know you guys got family, things you got to do, pay bills. Appreciate your time and all the support you guys give me, including my co-host Zachary, Hot Hands, Big Mouth. So Zachary, let me know. We're going to be starting at some shows on the weekends. We'll start at 7 my time, so it'll be 9 yours. So that I think that's the reason why I put 9 on that poster, because I was thinking about your time zone. So
okay. That makes sense. See, I thought it was I thought you were saying at 9 your time, so I was like, shit.
You know I'm 2 hours behind you.
Yeah.
So we're going to give shout outs to our sponsors, D&D Custom Baits. He makes some great quality baits. If you guys want to check them out, he's got a website. He's got some great baits. Zachary knows about the baits.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't really used them. So also, Steve.
Very lifelike, pretty much any color that you want. You can get color combinations. You could get like a blue-black on blue, green flake, stuff like that. You know, if you got a generalized idea of maybe some custom colors, he could probably work something out with you to where he could blend something to be as close as possible. You know, it's really more about the water that you're fishing that he's specifying to. So, I mean, if you know that you're catching fish on green and red lizards or whatever, green and red tubes, let him know. He can help you out. Maybe even give you a couple pointers on how you could catch, you know, more fish on a little bit different of a style of lure even, you know?
Yep. So, Zachary, before we get off here, you got anything, shout-outs or anybody you want to give a holler at?
Well, I want to give a shout-out to all the mamas out there on Mother's Day. You know, happy Mother's Day. I'd like to shout out all my sponsors, you know, everybody that's followed me through my journey. Like, shout out Jeff for having the podcast so we can get information to y'all. I mean, you know, this is about as good a platform as any as we going to get out there on. I mean, we just got to let the folks know what's going on.
That's true. That's true. I do what I can, man. And I believe in supporting the fighters, even if they have a track record, losing record, winning record, draws, you know, no matter who you are. We want to hear your stories, even from street beef fighters. I even interview them. So
definitely.
There's a lot of street beef fighters are in the pro now. BKFC,
yeah.
They're really showing that they can fight. So if you guys want to come on my show, talk about your story, your training, your fights, feel free to contact Zachary or me. and we'll get you on.
Definitely. And if you guys can't get a hold of me, you get a hold of Chris or Sunshine from Street Beefs. I guarantee you they can get a hold of me. Or you could even get a hold of Demon. I guarantee you Demon could get a hold of me.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching the full broadcast, and those who tune in, thank you for all your support. We'll see you next Saturday and Sunday with some interviews with fighters from the BKFC and BYB and a few from MMA fighting. So thank you for watching full broadcast. My co-host, Hot Hand Thackeray. We'll see you guys then. Have a good day.
See y'all later.